Surging UFC featherweight prospect Grant Dawson. Thank you so much for coming on. How is life on Fight Island right now?
Man, I haven't really been able to experience it. I've been trapped in my room. We've been quarantined for 48 hours. So this is the last day that I'm alone in my room. And then I'll let you know. But as of right now, no clue. I've seen my bedroom and that's it.
All right. Before we go deeper into Fight Island, I want to go way back and ask you about the Fighter House. When you first started at Glory MMA and Fitness, 3 bedrooms, 12 fighters. How wild was it during those days?
Oh man, it was crazy. It was a little town in the hood, or a little house in the hood. Sorry. And like you said, there was 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and 12 fighters. And if you don't know anything about fighters, we have a lot of stuff. We have a lot of training gear. No garage. It was very tiny. I slept under a pool table for the first month that I lived there, but it was all worth it. I moved out. I'm in my own home. It all paid off. So apparently they're doing something right. Did
you move out directly from underneath the pool table, or did you transition to a bedroom, or what was that situation like?
So yeah, I was so I started under the pool table. Somebody left and there was a couch available, like a bed couch available. So I took that, and then I had a bedroom with no door. And then I went from a bedroom with no door to one of the main rooms, because people either kept leaving or moving out into their own places. But yeah, after that, I moved out into my own apartment, and now I have my own house.
Definitely, man. Well, one day when you're fighting for the title, they're going to do a UFC countdown, and you could tell that story again, right? And everybody will know about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. Well, last weekend, man, it was very uneventful time for the UFC. A lot of fighters, they tested positive for COVID in Las Vegas. Were you nervous while you were in Las Vegas during that time?
Yeah, man, absolutely. I always get sick in the last 2 weeks of my fight, like somewhere in that time of my camp. I always get sick, whether it's, a stomach bug or the flu or some type of cold. I always get sick. And I didn't this time at all. I was perfectly fine. I had a slight cough. And every time I would cough or clear my throat, I'd be like, oh my God, it's COVID. I'm not going to be able to fight. This is going to happen. Oh no. But 4 tests later, I'm clean. I've got a clean bill of health, and I'm ready to rock and roll. But yeah, it was freaking me out. Not so much about getting COVID. I'm young, I'm healthy. I know that I could recover if I got COVID, but just not being able to fight or the fear of giving it to somebody else who isn't as healthy as me. Yeah, man, it's scary times,
Yeah, it is definitely scary times. And yeah, it's not just about yourself. It's like, if you do have it, you could pass it on to somebody and it could hurt them. Now, let's get into your hotel. I've spoke to other fighters in your same location that are all in quarantine, that are in lockdown, and they have a small gym, which is called their Balcony MMA. How's yours?
Oh, Balcony MMA is going strong. I just got done with a 35-minute workout. I shadow boxed for about 10 minutes, and then I ran for 25, and it's funny. I'm just running in a little circle, and the whole time I'm running, I just keep thinking, somebody is going to look out their window and see some idiot just running on their balcony in a circle and think, what in the world is that guy doing? But yeah, we got the sweat broken. We got some calories off, so it was all worth it. But Balcony gym going strong.
Yeah, how is the humidity outside? It's probably easy to break a sweat because you're in the desert.
Yeah, it's like 100. I think I saw it's 107 today, which it's not too bad, man. I'm from Missouri, and before that I was from Nebraska, and both those places are known for being pretty humid. The heat is definitely, there, but it's not nearly as bad as I thought it was. I'm an exaggerated person. They said, hey, it's going to be hot. And I was like, oh, I'm going to literally go outside and burn immediately. So, I over prepared for it. It's not, so far, it's not as bad as I thought it is, or thought it was going to be, but we'll see how it goes fight day. It's supposed to be really hot fight day, so we'll see.
Yeah. Did you see the little clip that they put up of the arena?
I saw a picture of a thing on a beach. And
no, not that one. They actually have a video clip of the inside of the arena that you guys are going to fight in.
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, you better check it out when we're done. Go on Twitter or something,
for sure.
or Instagram and check it out. It looks pretty crazy. Let's get into your opponent. Nad Narimani. He's 2-1 in the UFC. You know, after watching some film on him, what is your assessment of his fighting style?
You know, man, I say this a lot. I don't think he's the best guy that I've fought, but I do think that he is the most well-rounded. And when I say best guy, I shouldn't say that. I say he's not the most dangerous guy I've fought. You know, he's won a lot of fights by decision, but he is very well-rounded. He's willing to strike, he's willing to wrestle, and he's willing to, you know, do jiu-jitsu. He's a black belt. He's got a good fundamental ground game. He's short and stocky. You know, I just can't see how he beats me, though. You know, barring some freak accident where he clips me on the way in, I don't see how he beats me. I think that I'm just going to be too big, too strong. My pressure is going to be too much. And if all else fails, I can always rely on my wrestling. I can take him down and submit him.
When you fight a guy, or when you're preparing for a guy that goes to decisions a lot and wins them, are you comfortable with chasing somebody around the octagon and kind of making them fight instead of kind of like letting them come to you?
You know, man, I would say my style forces you to fight me. I think the guys that I'm going to struggle the most with are really long, rangy strikers that know how to touch and get out. But at some point, you're going to have to stand your ground and you're going to have to fight me. And once that happens, I'm either going to land big strikes or I'm going to take you down, or I'm going to put you on the cage. The thing about Nad is he's a decision guy, but he's not really he's not running from his opponents. He likes to take the center. He likes to, you know, be aggressive with his striking or his grappling. So I don't think finding him is going to be the hard part. I think that, you know, his fire is going to meet my fire, and whoever's flame's bigger is going to end up walking away. And so that's something that we've been focusing on, is putting out more volume and just being offensive 24/7. Offense, go last, end last, start first, you know?
I saw that this fight has been contracted at Catchweight 150. Why was the fight set at that weight?
Man, it's crazy times right now, you know, with COVID going on. I'm sure that, you know, he's dealing with stuff himself. You know, I'm dealing with training arrangements, and then not to mention just the flight. You know, I wasn't expecting a catchweight. I was ready to make 145. They came back with an offer of 150, and I'm not going to say no to an extra 4 pounds. So I said yes. Doubt. Apparently he said yes too. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, 5 pounds, 155, 145, 175. It doesn't matter. You know, he's a 45er. I'm a 45er. The person who wins this fight's getting ranked, and that's all that matters.
14 out of 15 wins are finishes. Where do you see a finish most likely happening in this fight?
Man, I've been working so hard on my striking. I've been working so hard on the danger factor with my striking, but I'm going to rely on Old Faithful here. I think that it's going to be me pressing him, pushing the pace. I think he's going to make a mistake, and I'm going to capitalize, whether that be with striking or a submission. Personally, I see myself submitting him. He is a black belt, and he is a very good black belt, but my ground game is some of the best in MMA. I think that my MMA grappling is some of the best in the world, and in my opinion, the best in this division.
Putting a black belt on the mantle is something of an accomplishment, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, but if we were fighting in the gi, that would mean something to me. We're fighting in MMA. Don't show me your black belt in ping pong if we're playing tennis. You know, this isn't ping pong. This is tennis, and I'm going to be scoring way more points than him.
Is there more pressure going into each fight moving forward? Because you are this highly touted featherweight coming up.
You know, man, pressure is something the weak-minded made up themselves. I don't believe in pressure. What is pressure? It's nothing. It's a mental thing, and I'm a mental monster. So I don't believe in pressure. I don't think that's real. Fighter A versus fighter B. How does my skills do against his skills? And what are the best things that I can do to prepare for him? I don't think there's any extra pressure added to this. I don't think there'll be any extra pressure added to when I fight for a world title. I know that I'm the best in this division, and anybody under me is going to fall. So there's no reason to put more pressure on myself.
Looks like there's going to be a VIP royalty in attendance for the fights. Does that put it added extra to the experience of fighting there? Does it give like this movie vibe?
I didn't even know that till you told me, man. I don't fight for anybody but myself. You know, I don't have kids, and maybe someday when I do have kids, this will change, but I hear fighters talking about them fighting for their families and fighting for this. But the only thing that I fight for is myself. My mom and dad love me, whether I win or lose. My girlfriend loves me, whether I win or lose. My coaches and my friends love me, whether I win or lose. And so winning and losing is only for me. I do this for me, and I don't care if the Queen of England is watching or nobody at all. That's why it doesn't bug me when I step into an arena with 10 million fans or an arena with 10.
After your last fight, you were looking to fight Darren Elkins, and that never happened. But would you fight him after this fight, getting a win on Fight Island and moving forward the next one?
I will only be accepting somebody in the top 15 after this fight. I do want to fight Darren Elkins, but purely because I'm such a big fan. He just lost a fight to a guy who I think sucks. And so Darren Elkins is off my radar. If he puts a string together, I would be more than willing to fight him. But after this fight, after I beat Nad, it's top 15 or bust. I've got goals to make. I told everybody that would listen, by the end of 2020, I'm going to be ranked in the top 15, and that is still my goal, and I won't accept anything else.
So you must have a call out locked and loaded after this fight, then.
I do indeed. And a backup, just in case.
All right. I'm looking forward to it, man. July 18th, UFC Fight Island, Abu Dhabi. Grant, thank you so much for the time. Good luck. Be safe, and I'll be watching, man, from my TV.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much for the interview. I loved it.